What's up, YouTube world? Chad Elliott back, Creationism and the Origin of Life Facebook page. This is my new video. This video is called The Snow Globe. Bear with me because I wrote down a bunch of my notes on a piece of paper just so I don't ramble on. So this video is called The Snow Globe. We're going to get into it. Alright, here we go. Imagine that I gave you a giant snow globe with nothing inside of it. No life, no elements, no energy, no matter, nothing. The snow globe is completely empty. How long do you think you would have to stare at that snow globe before a fully formed human being appeared inside? It's pretty funny, right? If you're a logical, rational, honest individual, you could stare at that snow globe for an eternity, and no life would ever appear inside. This is an obvious fact for anyone living in reality. Now, let's start adding some things to the empty snow globe and see if it changes our outcome. First, let's add some energy, because we know that life needs energy. So we let in some nice warm sunlight. Next, we let in some fresh air, because we know living things usually like oxygen. While we're at it, we go ahead and let some water inside, just in case when the life appears, it likes to swim. The snow globe still looks pretty empty, so I decide that we need some matter. I reach in my pocket and pull out some change. I throw in a couple nickels, a dime, and even a quarter. Next, I throw in some rocks, a little bit of sand, some dirt, a pencil, some rubber bands, a mirror, candy, cell phone, laptop, toy truck, pencils, I already said pencils, paper clips, a plastic bottle, a watch, and even a beach ball, just to make the snow globe look a little more festive. Because when life does appear inside from non-life, it's going to be like a party. And then I ask you the same question. Okay, now how long do you think you'll sit and have to stare at this snow globe before life finally appears inside? Well, again, if you're a logical, rational, honest individual, the answer is, even with all the additions we've made so far, you could stare at this snow globe for an eternity, and no life would ever appear inside. This is an obvious fact for anyone living in reality. Well, at this point, I'm starting to get desperate, because I don't think it would be fair to make you sit around waiting for an entire eternity for life to miraculously appear in my snow globe. So I break down, and in an attempt to speed up the process, I start making sure that the globe is just perfect for life. First, I make sure that inside the globe is a beautifully sterilized environment. Then, I make sure that the globe is precisely set to the optimum temperature suited for life. After I'm through with that, I go ahead and I dump in the actual building blocks for life. 20 of the most pristine amino acids found on planet Earth. I'm feeling pretty generous, so I decide to throw in a bunch of proteins and even all the important gases that you may need. Gases such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen, sulfur dioxide, methane, and even some ammonia. At this point, the snow globe is looking very much ready for life. So I step back, tired from all my additions, and again I ask you, okay, now how long do you think you have to stare at this snow globe before life miraculously appears inside? Again, if you're a logical, rational, honest individual, the answer remains the same. You could stare at this snow globe for an eternity, and no life would ever appear inside. This is an obvious fact for anyone living in reality. At this point, I'm extremely irritated and frustrated, because I really want you to see life come from non-life. So, in a last-ditch effort, I decide I'll let you put in whatever you want inside the snow globe as long as it's not living. So you get excited, and you immediately start throwing stuff in. You put in your lucky Babe Ruth baseball card, an old love letter from a high school sweetheart, a top hat from your favorite magician, a gold brick, a giant picture of a four-leaf clover, a plastic rabbit's foot keychain, and even a lottery ticket that you never scratched that you're just sure is a winner. So you start feeling pretty good about your chances at this point. But then I give you even greater odds. I decide that I'll let you connect some electrodes to the globe and try to spark life inside it. Together, we even make a Back to the Future type contraptions, so real lightning will actually strike our globe. And finally, I do something completely unheard of, just to make 100% sure that this is going to work. What I do is, I take out all the actual components of a real living cell, and one by one I introduce them inside our wonderful environment. Exhausted from trying to make the perfect living conditions so you can see life come from non-life, I step back and I ask you one final time, okay, now, how long do you think you'll have to stare at this snow globe before life appears inside? Again, if you're a logical, rational, honest individual, the answer remains the same. You could stare at this snow globe for an eternity and no life would ever appear inside. You throw your hands up in surrender. Forget it, you say. I finally see that without God, life simply would not exist. My reply? Exactly, my friend. Abiogenesis is a joke, and so is anyone who believes in it. P.S. I wonder if Earth's preconditions were as nice as the inside of our snow globe was. I doubt it. Chad Elliott's Facebook page, Creationism and the Origin of Life. I hope you guys are liking my videos. God bless. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Abiogenesis, you're done.